Hello and welcome to Select 10. In this video, we'll cover some of the best and lesser-known action movies that we think every fan of the genre should watch. This top 10 movies has engaging storylines and includes plenty of action, along with elements of adventure and humor. And do let us know how many of the movies on this list you have seen, as well as which one you like the most. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Night Hunter. It is an action thriller film directed by David Raymond. The narrative centers on the police officers Marshall, Rachel, and Stanley Tucci, who are investigating a strange case. On the opposing side, a vigilante named Cooper is going after violent criminals in his own manner, which ultimately results in the discovery of a serial killer. Soon, Marshall and his entire unit, as well as the vigilantes, quickly became tangled in a risky conspiracy involving a problematic man who is connected to decades of female kidnappings. That's basically the general plot of the film, and saying much more would be a spoiler. Night Hunter is a decent serial killer story with thrilling action, and the cast includes well-known actor Henry Cavill. The majority of the audience who enjoys action and thriller movies should find it entertaining overall. Number 9. The PROTEGE. It is an action mystery thriller film directed by Martin Campbell. The plot revolves around Anna, who was saved as a child by the famed killer Moody, who taught her his way of survival, transforming Anna into the country's most talented hired assassin. Nevertheless, when Moody, who was like a father to her, was murdered in cold blood, Anna vowed vengeance and set out to discover those responsible. Throughout the course of her mission, she comes into contact with a mysterious killer whose strange interest in her is exposed as mysteries and a connection from the past are revealed and their showdown turns lethal. Although the story is predictable and usual, it shouldn't really matter if we are only going to watch the movie for the action, and it also has a strong emotional element. The film delivers on what we expect from a good action film, sleek and intense action sequences that keep you interested and entertained. Number 8. The Commuter. It is an action drama film directed by John Colet-Serra. The story follows Michael as he makes his routine train home, which soon takes a dramatic turn. After he boards the train, he receives a call from an unknown person who asks Michael to find the name of a secret passenger prior to the final stop or suffer terrible consequences. As he races against time to figure out the clue and locate the passenger, he learns a terrible scheme is in progress and unknowingly becomes involved in a dangerous conspiracy that puts everyone on the train in danger of losing their lives. Liam Neeson is fantastic, and the action in this movie never fails to keep you fascinated. The movie contains thrilling action sequences that are masterfully paired with Michael's skills as he tries to locate the traveler and save everyone. While some of the scenarios seem a little unreal, they are entertaining enough to overlook. Number 7. The Last Stand. It is a crime action drama directed by Kim Ji-woon. This is one of Arnold's underappreciated action films, and it's quite fantastic. The film centers on a tiny town sheriff, Ray Owens, and his officers as they attempt to prevent a violent mob boss from fleeing to border inside a customized racing vehicle. All of this begins with a dangerous gangster escaping from custody and speeding towards the border with a captive and a ferocious force of street gangs in tow. Unluckily, his escape path passed through the town of Ray, where the entire police force will still have their final chance to apprehend him before he leaves the country permanently. Owens initially resisted getting involved, but in the end, he is forced to catch the culprit. Even though it does not have a huge budget or anything extraordinary, action and Arnold fans should still watch this movie. You will undoubtedly like the chase moments and pure adrenaline-fueled action it offers, but keep your expectations low. Number 6. Overlord. It is an action horror film directed by Julius Avery. The story focuses on soldiers who were sent inside enemy territory to dismantle a radio network. However, as the soldiers move closer to their objective, they start to understand that there's much more going on. Soon after, they find a basement laboratory and a diabolical operation that drives them into a bloody conflict with a legion of zombies. Well, this movie also includes zombies and a horror element, along with some incredibly brutal and fast-paced action moments. When watching an action movie, if you're hoping for a powerful story, you are likely to be let down by practically all of them. In general, action movies are made for fun, so if all you're looking for is action, you'll enjoy these films. Number 5. In the Heart of the Sea. It is an action-adventure film directed by Ron Howard. The story takes place in 1820 and follows a group of crew members who are aboard the England boat Essex when a whale of enormous size and power destroys their vessel, leaving them stranded in the open sea. In the aftermath, the group is driven to their breaking point and must turn to the unimaginable in order to survive thunderstorms, hunger, terror, and desperation. While the crew tries to bring the huge whale down, the skipper searches for directions on the wide sea in an effort to make it out alive. This is one of the most underappreciated films on this list. It's a pleasure to watch Chris Hemsworth, Tom Holland, Cillian Murphy, and Brendan Gleeson on screen together. Don't go with the poor rating. The film is highly enjoyable and has a fantastic survival plot, packed with wonderful visuals, action, and emotion. It is a must-see on this list. Number 4. Game Night. It is an action comedy film directed by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. The plot revolves around Max and Annie's routine night of games, which becomes more serious when Max's brother Brooks throws a murder mystery party stuffed with fake criminals and police officers. While it is all meant to be an element of the activity, when Brooks is abducted, something strange begins to happen, and when contestants attempt to crack the case, they begin to realize that neither Brooks nor the other participants are what they first appear to be, along with Max and Annie. Over the course of one crazy night, as each unforeseen event leads to another, the participants begin to doubt everything about the game. The murder riddle, whether it is fake or real, keeps you interested, while the funny plot is unexpected turns that are full of humor and action. Despite the fact that it contains more humor than action, the movie is still worth seeing. Number 3. Robin Hood. It is an action-adventure film directed by Ridley Scott. The plot revolves around Robin Longstride, a great archer who journeys to Nottingham, where the inhabitants are enslaved by a tyrannical governor and forced to pay severe tolls. During his stay, he becomes romantically involved with Marion, a charismatic woman who is suspicious of his intentions. Later, in the story hopes to win her love and save the town, Robin joins a group of fighters to combat corruption in Nottingham, not realizing that soon they would be engaged in battle to defend England from the French army. The story is decent, but the great, well-known, talented performers make it better. The visual grandeur of the film is complemented by superb action sequences and music, and Russell Crowe is undoubtedly its standout performer. Number 2. Veteran. It is an action comedy film directed by Ryu Seung-won. The plot centers on Joe Teo, a young man who was raised in a prosperous household and continues to perform just about every type of crime. While he attempts to negotiate his way out of every situation, which nearly always succeeds, a detective named Seo Do-cheol soon comes across him and decides to uncover his evil network. The story may seem straightforward and like a typical cop story, which it is, but it also features a ton of side storylines. It is one of the best Korean films you will see. From the beginning to the end, it is an excellent movie, with the ideal balance of serious moments with subtle humorous aspects and twists. Number 1. The Siege of JADOTVILLE. It is an action war film directed by Richie Smith. The narrative is set in 1961, when a civil war first broke out and the UN dispatched a battalion of Irish soldiers, led by Commander Pat Quinlan, to Katanga to defend the people of a village called JADOTVILLE. Meanwhile, a military mission known as Operation Morther is underway between French and Belgian forces. During an event, Quinlan and his soldiers try to hold off a massive attack led by French and Belgian mercenary warriors. The film is remarkable and will have you on the edge of your seat with its stunning cinematography and thrilling action sequences. The historical aspects of the plot serve in its favor and further enhance the movie. The story is wonderful and heartfelt, and it is unquestionably a Netflix hidden gem. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.